Donald Trump and ICE shot and killed another American this week, and the national media hasn't cared because he is white. That's just the truth. It's a hard truth, but that is the truth. Actually, it's not a hard truth. I think it is a truth that we should have accepted by now in this country. That we should understand the failing of our national media. How they have been bought by this Trump administration. How they have been intimidated by this Trump administration out of actually delivering truth to people every single day. But here's the truth. ICE just killed another man, and nobody in the media cares because he wasn't white. That's it. And ICE continues to abuse people of color in prisons we hear nothing about because they're not white. And that's it. And that's what happened this week. A man was killed. A man who served our country. A man who put 3 children through college. A family man who worked every day to better our country and to honor and live up to and love its values. And I could say more, but why should I? When his son said all that needs to be heard. That's not true. There's so much more that needs to be heard. But said what the media won't about his father. And I want to play that clip. And then I want to talk about what we got to do going forward. This is Lorenzo Salgado Araujo crying for help after he was shot by ICE in Houston, Texas, an unarmed man. Lorenzo was 52, and died from the gunshot wound, leaving behind his family. This isn't the America our forefathers fought for. Yeah, this is disgusting. And this is what his son had to say.
I want to tell you about my day. Around 7 a.m., I was notified by my mom that something bad had happened to my dad. We didn't know what. All we knew is that it was ICE related. At 7:05, 5 minutes after, I left the house, drove all the way up to his work site an hour away to find any evidence of his van. Had he been detained by ICE, he would have wanted the van to be delivered to the work site so that the other workers that were there could finish up the houses and the families could get paid. By 8 a.m., after not finding any evidence, I saw a Facebook post on the Southeast Houston Facebook page about ICE activity on the intersection of Wayside Canal. It's a place where I've called home. The East End has been our home. I live not too far away from there, so I'm familiar with the area. I didn't think it was him, but I had to make sure. By 8:35 a.m., I arrived in the East End to find Canal Street blocked off. I saw my dad's van, but no sign of him. I frantically called family, friends, loved ones to see if they can find any information. I saw a video posted on Facebook that he had been shot. I recognized it immediately. Not from his appearance, but from his voice, crying for help as he lay on the street, bleeding out. I stayed on site for hours, talking to officers or anyone who could give me any answers. I encountered a representative from LULAC, Conchita Reyes, who got in contact with Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia to confirm that my dad, Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, had been taken to Bentop Hospital, but his condition was unknown. With all the hope in the world, I drove to Bentop Hospital, the hospital that I was born in, my brother Lorenzo Jr. was born in, and my youngest was born in. I went to Bentop Hospital and demanded answers, but no one could give them to me. I learned of my father's passing from a news report on social media, not the hospital, not law enforcement. Through a collective effort from local organizations and elected officials, we got answers. My father's death was confirmed. I had to call my mom right away to give her the terrible news of my dad's passing before she had to find out the same way I did. My father was a simple man, a family, a man of routine. He dedicated his life in the United States to giving his family the American dream.
They feel comfortable killing us.
Good afternoon. This is Ezra G. You see what I'm talking about? You see how close a civil war is? You see how close? You see how it is right there at the door? You could lay down tonight and wake up in the morning and total chaos is happening. See, the Constitution is not being followed. The Constitution gives every person that's in America, that's on the American soil, every person is entitled to due process. Due process having nothing to do with if you are American citizen or not. Due process, if anybody come to America, they know they protected by the Constitution and they protected by law. This man's dead. They got a wife and children. While he is at work, he's driving the company van. He ain't running around with guns. He ain't running around shooting at the police or trying to shoot nobody. He's at work. And these no good, prejudiced people send ICE agents to round up people and take people's lives just because of the color of their skin. Just think about this. July 2026, these prejudiced white people is still doing the same thing that they was doing in the 1300s. Just imagine, no one today was born in slavery time. That means that every one of these prejudiced people, they done raised their kids, or their grandkids, or their great-grandkids, or their great-great-grandkids to hate people just because of the color of their skin. Just imagine somebody coming to your job, hiding in the bushes, chasing you down, just because you wanted a better life for your family. Just because you want to be able to do better for your family. How evil can you be to be a prejudiced white man? How low down, how ungodly, how hateful can you be? There is no human being around the world, no black, no Asian, no Mexican, Hispanic, Latino, no Arab, no Jew, no Native American have done more atrocity around the world than that prejudiced white man. It's more than sad. It's awful. Thank you.